Cordelia, the land of mermaids. At last we take a dive into their kingdom. Howdy-o, and welcome to the fourth and final Cordelia speed build. Oh my goodness! This area is basically what inspired the rest of this island. This is when we got excited for the island, got me started, and we're finally getting to it, and it's the last part, and I'm so excited to share it with you. If you've missed the first 3 parts of building this island, I'll go ahead and put the playlist up right there, and I'll also link it at the end, so once you finish this, you can watch through all those too. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. And if you do, at some point in the video, if you could give it a like or comment or subscribe to the channel, that would be fantastic. It would really help me out a lot. I would love for this video to get out to more people, show up in more recommendeds, because I put a lot of work into it and I think it's great. So enjoy. So this is the area I'll be working with. It's kind of funny because this is what inspired the entire island. I wanted one with a mermaid focus, and they ended up getting the smallest amount of land out of anyone. However, they do get 3 fully upgraded houses, so they might end up having more area than anyone else. I'm starting with the main central point, the thing that draws you in and is beautiful, and then I have these like side wing areas. There's not a lot of room. The queen loves music, so I'm putting a piano out, and then more just floof to really the main palace kind of a thing. On the left is the queen's house, on the right is the princess's house, and then that one in the middle is like the main palace where they do their entertaining, where the throne room is, things like that. And there's the view. It's beautiful, and I love the Capricorn statues to like really just bring in the mermaidness. They're like perfect for this. I love it so much. And then over here, I'm just doing a little tea area. My mermaids are obsessed with tea. You'll see like 1 billion different places to have tea. It's a huge part of their culture. I'm bringing in these topiaries, which I actually really enjoy. When I first saw them, I was like, but they really fit well here. And continuing on with the little tea area. Like so many tea areas, guys. It's ridiculous. Putting out a scary spider crab. I don't know if they're just hanging out, if they're security or what. And the bushes. I don't know how I feel about the double-lined fence with the hedges, but I think it's nice. And going in with the models to really make this feel like the ocean. To the right, this is Marina's house. It's right next to the princess's house. They are best friends. And we're gonna decorate this out. Basically, this is their little playground. This is where they hang out. I guess not necessarily playground. It's quite refined, but it is where they hang out. So there's another little tea spot. And then this is just gonna be a massive tea party. I tried to do this in the princess's bedroom, but there just wasn't enough room for her to have a teddy tea party. And I decided to take it out here where I get to have a giant swath of space. And I'm just really excited to do this. I loved the picnic area I did in the farm village, but it's fun to do this like bigger, more crowded, and like a fake tea party, since it's for them to have with all their little stuffed animals. Just super cute. I love it. And there's been a couple times where I've seen Marina like wandering around by the picnic area, and she matches so well, and it's just so cute. This area was actually pretty annoying to do though, because like I made it so you couldn't walk through it. And like arranging all the foods just right. It's so weird how like there'll be something like just a little bit off. So there was a lot of putting a bunch of things down and then picking them all up and then putting them down a different way and just moving things around and trying to figure out what looks right. Anyway, finally I was done with it, and I sent up this little camping area for them for sleepovers, and then just extra little fluff to fancy the area around Marina's house. And now I'm going in with the fish models, and I want this little area back here to be a little clownfish house. Alright, and moving on to the Queen's Garden. This is her chill spot, her hangout spot, I guess. And I was really hoping for most of the mermaid area to include gardens. Unfortunately, this is the most gardeny it gets, but I'm pretty happy with how it turns out. And once again, we got some tea. They love their tea. They love it so much. And I'm also happy to be working in the pagodas. I wish you could put stuff underneath them, but you can't, so There that is. It's still a nice little backdrop, and I'm happy I could get it to fit. You love shell items as background, and also putting out bubble machines to add to the oceanness of it all. I wish I could tint everything blue to really show that you're in the ocean, but you can't, so bubble machines are doing the trick instead. And then going in with our fish models, of course, to make things feel a little more alive, a little more lived in. Thank goodness for those fish models, because that's also a big part in trying to make this feel like the ocean. Alright, and now the whole outside there is done. This is the last little area I'll include in the mermaid area. And that is, I guess I'm going for Sunken City, like a kind of Atlantis type thing, but like not an Atlantis where anyone lives there. More just a human city, the sunk down ancient city, I guess. So, and it's also just a nice way to frame the museum. It looks real nice. You got all your ruined stuff that came out in the 2.0 update. I love this stuff. I'm so glad I have a place to use it in. More of those mermaid goats. Capricorns, I guess, is what they're actually called. I might go in and add more fish models and just extra little, I don't know. I left a lot of open area, and I might, I can't decide if I want a crowded ocean or an open ocean with like everything. So right now this is more the open ocean, but I am a little tempted to throw in a lot more vegetation and shells and things. Alright, and this is the actual last area. This is Marina's Octopuses garden. So octopus like collecting little random things and setting them out outside of their den kind of a thing. And so this is my garden for her. And unfortunately the footage stopped recording halfway through, but this is kind of the end result. It's really just meant to be really junky and just think of things that could have fallen into the ocean, and she would have been like, huh, that's interesting enough to keep, and that's what's here. And I tried to throw in a couple extra plants to fit with the garden part of it, but most of it is just nice rubbish that I think an octopus would find interesting. And here it is, the final walkthrough, everything done. I just love the grand entrance, walking up. I'm so grateful there's still room to walk around there, because that is definitely close to being a problem. And here is the garden, once again debating if I should have put a path down, or if I should make more models and crowd around there with them, I don't know. Right here I want to add more things, but like literally I wouldn't be able to walk through it if I did, so that's just gonna have to be the way it is. Oh, and I also am thinking about changing the colors of the buildings. I can't decide if I want them to be all the same, if pink is like too much. And there's the little tea area, everyone with their own coffee cup, and then coming down to Marina's. Actually, I think the picnic area is probably my favorite area outside, and then just paired with all the other stuff that Marina has going on. I really enjoy this area. It's so cute. Oh, so grateful for all the food items that came out in 2.0. And here is the final look at the Sunken City. I love those crabs. They are perfect for marine life. Oh, I should put some horseshoe crabs down. I'll do that later. On to houses. First up, we're starting with the palace, the main palace. And we need an entryway, just somewhere where people can come in, start feeling the vibes, and sit and wait before they go into the throne room or whatever. Putting up beautiful, beautiful bubble machines to try and create more of an ocean effect, and a wonderful fountain. I feel like fountains in lobbies are just like the fanciest of fancy. And we even have a little carpet leading up to the fountain. Very nice, very nice. So there you have it, the end result. Ooh, and we're gonna do some nice mood lighting. This account has the Happy Home Paradise on it, so I can actually do this nice little blue lighting, make it more ocean-like. And back here is gonna be the throne room. You know, it's a throne room, so super simple. I decided to do the moon for her because the actual throne is just a little too, like, gothic, more medieval looking, not mermaid magical looking. Anyway, so we're using a lot of the star items to bring in this beautiful blue lighting, and it's just so relaxing, but also elegant. And this is the library for the mermaid peasants to use. The queen has her own library. I guess the Mermaid Princess could also use it, but she's probably going to use her mom's library too. So, yeah, this is the peasants' library. The mermaids care very deeply about education. So, that is why they have a place for their peasants to come read. And there it is. Very nice, very cozy. Alright, and to the left! This is the garden where they can come entertain people, have them for tea. As I said, the mermaids are absolutely obsessed, so this is going to be another tea spot, but also a garden room, just surrounded by plants. And this theme is like super repeated throughout all the houses. All of them have a garden tea room. You know, they're very interested in being surrounded by plants while having their tea. There you have it. I think this is actually one of my favorites, so expected to go downhill from here when it comes to the garden rooms in the other houses. They all have their own, like, perks. I tried to arrange them all differently, but I just love the peacock chairs. Alright, and upstairs is the ballroom. How's the princess supposed to get married if they don't throw any balls? So, there you have it. Places to sit for people who aren't ready to dance. A little band area. And then to the right here, I'm putting some food down. Light refreshments to keep the party going. Get people hydrated. And there you go. Just beautiful, just light and airy. I love the white European wall. Oh. And downstairs is the dining banquet hall, maybe? Anyway, it's pretty simple. You got your tables, you got your chairs. I thought about having tables where I could select what was on them, but I just like how cluttered these ones are. I like the candles and everything on them, and you wouldn't be able to do that with normal tables. So there you go. And then just chuck some food in the back there. A beautiful giant wedding cake. Very fancy, very fancy. But this is not a wedding. They just have giant cakes because they're all about go big or go home, you know? And on to the next house. This is the Queen's home. And once again, we got a foyer to make, and I did the motherly statue because she's a mother. Aww. And then more seating for anyone coming to see her. This is probably my least favorite foyer. Foyers are hard to do when you have a bunch to do indifferently, but I do like the secret little organ there that leads back to her secret little music room. I don't know why this is secret, but you know what? It's fun to have a secret room, okay? I guess mysterious music will play from this room. And there it is. Pretty simple, but I enjoy it. I love having those trees out. Like, those trees inside are just... And to the right, the queen is very into art, so she has her own little gallery. This would probably be better to be the secret room, because, I don't know, maybe she's worried about them being robbed or something. But anyway... She likes to come in here and just look upon the art and take it in and enjoy it. I like to imagine these came from shipwrecks or something. But really, I just went with paintings that Wright had at the time. So there probably are better paintings I could have put up to match with the ocean theme. But I didn't have them at the time. Maybe later I'll go through and switch out her art. And this is her tea room, garden tea room. We got a nice little setup around the table. Why are there so many? Well, the palace one is more for like formal guests, and this is more informal guests. These are her friends, her sisters, or whatever when they come over. This is where she has tea with them, or her daughter or something. The other one is for like, you know, if Tutu came and visited somehow under the sea, so she's a queen, they would be in the formal palace one. Alright, and here is the end result of that. I love the fish wallpaper. Eventually I want to put up panels to make it look like it's windowed, but that was going to take way too much time for this build, but in the final tour it will be there. And upstairs is her bedroom. This is going to be a bedroom-bathroom combo. She's not fancy enough to have a separate bathroom, but that's okay. She's still got the full, like, jetted hot tub bath situation, so she's still living a fancy over here. And no toilet, but she has a sink, so I don't know. I don't know how that works. Alright, here is the final thing. Just nice and... the mermaid vibes that I'm trying to do throughout everything continue to be happening over here. She has her little get ready station to the right, and she has her bathing station, and then sleep station in the middle. Everything you need in a room. And downstairs is her library/office. This is just for herself. She's very concerned about being educated, but you know, she will allow others to come in. And once again, they are obsessed with tea, so there's a tea set right there, wherein she can share a bit of tea with anyone who comes and visits her in her office/library. You know, they probably have, like, meetings with the top people in government here, hence the table for 4 right there. And there it is, a mermaid library. Lots and lots of seating. And lots of books. She is a well-rounded woman. Art, music. And on to the princess's house. This front room is her welcoming foyer, and we're having to be fun. I was tired of doing like the same thing for foyers with like the fountain and blah blah blah. So we're doing merry-go-round and ice cream, and like she's like the princess to be friends with. She's got it going on. You want to be invited to her life. Not even just a birthday party. She's doing this 365. Anyway, super fun. And I love all the banners and everything, just adding to the chaos and the fun of it all. Have I mentioned that this is pretty fun? To the left, as the 2 houses before us, this is the garden tea room. But for this one, I wanted to be more food-based, so I have a lot of tables out that will have food, and then there'll be the table for her to sit with her guest and sharing jello and sandwiches and just a little cookies and things like that, cake, and especially tea. They're all about that tea. Oh, I love it with the lights off too. Oh, the way the little sunbeams permeate the ocean. It's so nice. To the right, this is her study room. The mother is very educated and she very much cares about her child being educated. So we have piano, and eventually I'll add a cello for music, and then for art, she has her painting, and then she has literature right there on the right, and then chess for strategy and things on the left. I don't know. Chess just seemed fancy enough to put in here, so that's what I did. And now this is the princess's changing room. The mom had to have like 3 of the princess's rooms all in just her upstairs room, but like the princess has room to spread things out, you know. She gets the best of everything. So to the right, we have jewelry, then we have clothing, then we have like check yourself out, do some perfume, and then we got makeup with a bit of tea to the side, because they always gotta have their tea. And welcome to her bedroom, which is filled with even more toys. To the right is obviously just her giant stuffed animal collection. And then to the left right here, this little stall I'm making is like her tea stand, because I guess she wouldn't sell lemonade because they're like obsessed with tea. So that's her tea stand. She plays tea stand with the servants. It seems weird to say. Then there's the elephant slide with some of the bird mobiles flying over it. I just think they're magical and fun, and I was excited to have somewhere to put up multiple of them. And then like her bed is tucked in the corner, just being all nonchalant, like definitely not the purpose of this room. It's mainly a playroom. But you know what? She needed to have a place to sleep, so I slid that in there. Overall, just another fun room. She knows how to party. And downstairs is gonna be her bathroom. She gets a whole giant room for her bathing room, which is just, it's gonna be nice. Trust me, it's gonna be nice. I mean, there's pillars, come on. So I put out the bubble machines to add to the ambiance, and then I had to block them, so I put those mirrors. And then I added these beautiful lights. Oh, I love the Celeste items, they're so nice. And the shell lights add some nice lighting up above, and then we throw down the mermaid items. Everything matches, everything's good. Kimonos for her to get dressed in afterwards. And yeah, just a beautiful, relaxing environment to have a luxurious bath in. A bath fitting for the princess of the Mermaid Kingdom. And that is a wrap on the Mermaid Kingdom! Let me know what you thought. I think the farming village is still my favorite area, and there are definitely, and Frick, I love the campsite area and I like the shark area in its own way, but like this is definitely up there in its own special way. I really enjoy it, just the feeling of opulence, but also just sweet with the pinks mixed in. So yeah, that was the final area. I do have a bunch of like in-between spaces, like the beaches and the spaces between different lands that need to be filled in, but like it's all gonna be filler, just kind of fish models with some plants and some rocks and maybe the odd little fun small thing mixed in there, like the sunken pirate ship. I was debating doing a video for it, but I'm kind of speed built out for now, so I'll just finish those areas on the couch and you'll be able to see them in the final tour, which I'm hoping to post in a couple weeks. If you aren't subscribed, now would be the time to do it to make sure you don't miss it. I am time traveling to be in different seasons for each area, because I always imagine like the farm core village being fall, the sharks being summer, the penguins being winter, of course, and the mermaids being in spring, so you get to see each one in their like specific season that I designed them for, which is super fun. And I'm also planning on doing overlays for every season on the island. So for Halloween, you know, seeing what Halloween would look like for mermaids and for penguins and for sharks and for the human village and things like that. I'm debating Thanksgiving. I don't know. I might just have the humans celebrate Thanksgiving and change it over to so that wouldn't be its own video. I might just squeeze it in with the Christmas video. So I think that would be fun to see, especially like the mermaid foyers, seeing them decked out for Christmas. And like the shark casino and the like everything. Oh, the cabin. Oh my gosh, the cabin in the woods decked out for Christmas. Oh. So yeah, I do plan to keep updating the island for the rest of the year. And then next year, 2023, it is on to new islands. And I'm excited for that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And thank you to everyone who followed me on this journey, joined in on streams over on Twitch. It has been a journey. This is my first, like, themed island, and it is way more effort than the 3 I've done before. See you next week. Until then, have the loveliest of lovely day. Bye-bye.